Hi,
All
everybody.
right, and we're live with a spontaneous pop-up Luke's Lounge after the wrap-up of the Gax Pack right before GaryCon starts. So thank you for joining us. Gax Pack finally made some real headway in tonight's game. I saw they were made it into the library and actually got a combat, I think, that was going on there.
As usual, destroyed the sisterhood.
They take it on. They get beaten up every single time. It's like you're supposed to have left your weapons behind and maybe have a chance to parlay with them or see that it's non-lethal attack. But every time your spellcasters break out the lethal damage, and the poor sisters of Mazeza don't usually make it out of there except in body bags. So it's pretty rough. But it's great that they made it there, and that's really the kickoff into the adventure, like where the hook is firmly planted and you're searching for the Oculus of Senraba and really get committed to it. Or at least I find that way from running it. I do like to see that Diaphamin was run in an entertaining manner by Jason. I run him a little different, a little bit more of a forgetful and hard of hearing sort of guy. But some of the similarities. And Snacks or Viv probably gave him the best moniker that I will never forget ever. I don't know if any of you were paying attention to that, but yeah, so that'll be like use a pepper sauce. Well, now we got Diaper Man in there as well. So good stuff if you picked up the Ayeshin 2V. Really fun module to run. Really dig the role play going into the library. It's one of my fun parts. But anyways, we're here to talk about GaryCon and a few of the cool things that are going on there. I've been chatting with the people here in the lounge, live in the lounge. Prost, everybody! Cheers.
Hello. Cheers.
Hello. So everyone that joined me, I'm enjoying a Spotted Cow, which is the unofficial official beer of GaryCon. And if you're coming to GaryCon, you can have lots of Spotted Cow by picking up one of our custom stadium cups, which are on their way here now in the truck, so we'll have them tomorrow. But if you buy a beer cup, it has specials on Spotted Cow all weekend long. You get them for like $4 instead of like $6.50 or $7. And we have happy hour Friday and Saturday night from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Free beer, or I should say, it is free beer. Free Spotted Cow specifically from 5:30 to 7:30. And if you don't care for beer, that's okay. If you're not a drinker, we also have a soda cup that gives you specials all convention long on soda and free soda during our happy hours as well. So make sure to pick up one of those stadium cups. When you're there and join us, we'll be kicking off GaryCon Wednesday night with badge pickup. We've got a pizza party. We've got a couple kegs of Spotted Cow beer. If you're there, you can just enjoy some pizza and beer, chat with your other folks who are there early, and get geared up for Thursday. Thursday obviously starts the con. I'll be doing an opening ceremony at 10 o'clock. I'll draw from the deck of Gary things prior to that. But at the opening ceremony, we'll have a benediction. We'll talk about what's going on, the meaning behind GaryCon, and then open up the vendor hall. I'll be in there signing things to start off with, but we have just a fantastic lineup of guests who are there. If you are coming to GaryCon and you don't know who's going to be at the signing booth in our vendor hall, booth 171, right next to Larry Elmore, you can just go to the GaryCon website, garycon.com, click on attending, and select what's happening at GaryCon. It'll give you like a rundown day by day of all the major events. And then way at the bottom, there's even a description of what those things are in case you had questions. And included in that is a schedule of who will be there when. There is a mystery slot that's open right now. It's blank. Thursday from noon to 1. Is it because we couldn't find anybody to fill that slot? Or is it because there's an extra special guest that we're keeping secret? I don't know. There's only one way to find out, and that's to be there at noon, between noon and 1 on Thursday, and see what happens. So that's just my pitch for GaryCon and what's going on in the beginning. But we have a million cool events going on. I wanted to highlight a couple of them. Unfortunately, I have some friends here who are going to help me out. And one of those is Elphinius Goo himself, and he's going to talk to us about something special he's doing on Saturday. What is that?
Yes, hello, Luke and all of you crazy people. It's good to see you all this evening. Especially you, Matt. I didn't know you had a new lip brow. This is a new development in our relationship with the mustache. I was unprepared, and I come on here with all of you wonderful folk, and suddenly you have a bro stash, So this is.
I was worried nobody would comment this week.
Well, I am new to the hall, so you have to get one. So anyway, no, it is magnificent. We are so excited to be at GaryCon, Luke. You know this.
Yes.
It is a most magnificent time that all of us have experienced, and we're going to be doing what is called the Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show on Saturday at GaryCon. Yes, magnificent, and we will have a dungeon-themed game show where people get to play from the studio audience, as it were, and we give away. Yes, go ahead, Lou.
I have a question. Will there be fabulous prizes?
There will be fabulous prizes, of course. A new car.
A bucket of goo.
Bucket of goo, of course.
You heard it here first.
Select wrong. If you make the wrong choice, you can get zonked. So just be aware.
Yes, there's the zonk. Yes, everything. It is a fun time, and we stream it, and the people on the Twitch stream get to win prizes too, and basically each one of the folks who are playing in the front play on behalf of certain sections of the audience, and it is a really good time, and I would say that 70% of the people typically walk out of the place with a prize. So. And there's some pretty good ones. So it's not one of those cheapo prize giveaways,
Not like the Deck of Gary things. That thing is terrible. But on Saturday, you need to go to the Gooey Game Show where they're going to have good stuff there. And I've been in the Gooey Game Show 3 times, I think, maybe 4.
3 times, yes.
I've had fun every single time I've played. So it's a riot. If you have ever been to a medieval times, it kind of rolls in some of those elements in there. But it's great. You get some selections of fun stuff to do. You get to kind of compete with your group while cooperating at the same time. So it's lots of fun. And there's the Wheel of Kismet, which is always a good time.
Kismet's Wheel. Yes.
Kismet's Wheel. That's a Kismet's Wheel. That's it.
And there are songs, right? We know this. So it's magnificent, right? It's perfect,
There is. And I always like the zonk because it just reminds me of in the Army, if you don't want to do PT in the morning and you can get everybody to agree with you, somebody yells and you're in early formation, it's cold and it's crappy and potentially you're hungover. If somebody were to yell zonk, that's the cue for everybody to run every different direction because they can't possibly punish all of you at the same time for ditching it. But if you're the only one who runs off and it says zonk and no one follows you, well, then it's not quite so good. So anyway. That's just a little bit of a warning for you.
Being screwed, right? That's the definition of it.
Yeah. Then, if you're in the military, you would know what blue falcons are, and that's what all of your buddies would be, blue falcons. So, yes. But we got the Gooey Game Show at noon Central Time on Saturday. So make sure that if you have room in your schedule, if you are not doing something, that's the place that you should be. Also on Saturday, there's an important event. And I think we have another guest who I can't see right now. Is there a Yandalorian in the crowd out there somewhere? I can't see.
Sir.
Oh, okay.
Yandalorian 6 reporting for duty.
All right, yes. So what's going on Saturday that otherwise that we should know about?
Yeah, I'm really excited. One of the great aspects of GaryCon, Luke, is the charity auction when we gather together as a community and we show what our community is all about. So I'm excited to say that on Saturday, the March 25th, lounge bar area of the Grand Geneva, from 3 to 6 p.m., we are hosting the charity auction this year to benefit Children's Wisconsin. And for the in-person attendees who were there last year, you know that our auctioneer, Jim Kitchen, does a phenomenal job running the charity auction event. And for the in-person attendees, we're going to be in the lounge from 3 to 6 p.m. So that's the inclusive time for the entire auction. Registration will be at the door, so to speak. So for those that are looking to get a great seat for the auction, I recommend you show up a few minutes in advance. But I'm also really excited to share that based on the feedback last year from our virtual GaryCon attendees, they asked for the opportunity to participate in the auction as well. So during the last hour, of the resident auction this year, we are going to be hosting several items that will be available for our virtual participants, and virtual registration for the auction will be in Discord in the auction channel on the GaryCon site. And if anybody that is interested, that is
In the auction
participating,
lobby, right?
that's
In the auction
correct.
lobby? Yeah.
That's correct. There will be an auction lobby. And if anybody has any questions that wants to participate virtually, our help desk staff is going to be trained and ready to answer any questions about how you can participate. But it's exciting. We're going to be an inclusive con. It's going to be one con, experienced a couple different ways, and really excited to support Children's Wisconsin this year, and really looking forward to doing a wonderful event. Have I missed anything?
No, I think you got everything there, and it's yeah. If you're there at GaryCon, we're gaming, we're having fun. It'd be awesome if you can make some time between 3 and 6 and come in and bid on some items. It goes to a great cause. It's basically Children's Hospital of Milwaukee is Children's Wisconsin Foundation. So it's a really worthy cause. They're an Extra Life affiliate, and they're who we've worked with for a number of years with GaryCon. Last year, we supported Wounded Warrior Project, and in 3 hours, the GaryCon community raised $30,000. That's phenomenal. I don't know that we'll do that again. It really depends on all of you out there who are coming, our vendors, our guests, to donate items to the auction that people bid on. And last year was fantastic. We've got some great stuff in there this year already, some real treasures. But if you have something, if you're coming to GaryCon and you have something in your collection that you're willing to part with, a rare treasure, bring it in, donate it, and we'll see what we can do, and we'll raise money to help out the kids. So thank you, Matt, for helping out with everything and being here, and you and your whole crew doing a lot of good stuff. There's another thing that we're doing at GaryCon that you're involved with as well. I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit. But there's a live play beta for a GaryCon game called Search for the Seal of Gax. Can you talk to me a little bit about what's going on there?
Absolutely. So, for the first time ever, we're going to be hosting this really cool, really neat live action game where you get to solve puzzles. You get to try to search, not only solve some clues that are part of the thematic storyline, but there's some just really great prizes that you can earn by participating in it. And the idea is wouldn't it be cool, while in between your games that you've already registered for at GaryCon, if you had the opportunity to also do something cool during those in-between moments? And that's really where the Search for the Seal of Gax fits. It's not trying to compete with any of the games that you may have already registered for, but it gives you another cool way to interact at the con, to do a novel gaming opportunity. It's live. It's a clue-based and kind of a puzzle-based game, and it really rewards creativity. It rewards critical and creative thinking. And like I said, it registers you to compete for some really awesome prizes that I think everybody's going to love.
Yeah, and I have a lot of excitement for the future with this one. I really want it to go well. So if you get a chance, you can look in tabletop.events, search for Gax, or Seal of Gax, excuse me, Seal of Gax. If you search for Seal of Gax, GAXX, you'll see when it's running. You can sign up in advance, or you can just show up. If you happen to have a moment and you realize, I got some white space on my calendar here, I can fit into my schedule, walk up and see if you can get in there, because we want your feedback. We want to know what went well, where could we make some improvements, what are your ideas to make it better. Just let us know how it went so that we can improve this and move forward, because I think it could be really neat and something that would augment your game schedule at GaryCon. Besides playing tons of cool games and role playing, besides hitting the vendor hall and doing some shopping, you can fit in between your games this puzzle and live play. And I just think that would be a really nice piece. So thanks, Matt, for helping out with that as well. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. It looks like did Steven step away for a second, or is he not there? I was going to say, Steven's coming and pretty excited about the glimmering. But Duty might have called. Others. Oh, there he is. Yeah, there he is. So he's there.
I'm working hard to make sure everything's done for the glimmering.
Oh, yeah. Dude, tell me about it. The struggle is real.
It is very real as we head down the whole thing, and I'm trying to stave off meetings that people want to have at the last minute, and get everything done, and sending stuff to FedEx to get printed. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're showcasing the Glimmering, which is our 5e campaign and rule set. Good rollicking fantasy adventure. Our organized play system uses the blockchain to track characters, progression, and treasure. But that's not really what we're showing off. We're not launching that until like a week after GaryCon. So what we're just showing off is our rules and our world and the fun adventures that we have. And we've got some really great folks coming out to help us out. Not only the Gripner staff, but a couple of our freelancers are going to be there GMing. Darren Drader is going to be his first GaryCon, so he's excited. He's coming out to help us with that. And Loki Williams is coming out.
Nice.
And we got Jim Louder to come for our seminar on TTRPGs, past, present, and future. So it's always
Fantastic.
fun to talk with Jim. He's just a wealth of interesting and fun information. And he's the person, the first time I was at GaryCon, he gave me the tour of Lake Geneva, the Insider's Tour. We pulled up to the Sheridan Springs Road offices in the middle of the night. I figured cops were going to come ask us what the hell we were doing at any moment, and Jim's beat up car. But yeah, and this will be my third GaryCon in person. I'm looking forward to it. It's always a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to members of the Glimmering team coming and participating in this great convention. I've been chatting it up for over a year now, so it'll be fun to have them see what I've been very excited about.
No, thank you for doing that, and we're really happy to have Gripner and the Glimmering at GaryCon, and they helped make GaryCon possible by being our top sponsor. So they're very generous, and so I'm extremely appreciative. And I got to play in the Tower of Power, which is kind of their intro adventure that they'll be running. And I was crushed mercilessly during it, but actually we came pretty close. Pretty close, but we didn't make it. So it's not just an easy ride in there. You have to think, get a little bit lucky, and you're guaranteed to have some fun playing though. So I did enjoy it. I did not make it out alive, so but hopefully I'll get to reprise that another time and get out of there. So it should be cool. It's just one of the many cool things that's going on at GaryCon. And sure, of course, I'm biased as the organizer of the convention, but there is just a ton of neat stuff. And I did a really short little interview with the Milwaukee News folks the other day, and it was hard to just like, what am I going to talk about? You know, there's this much stuff to talk about, but I've got that much time to talk. So what am I going to say? So, but there's lots and lots of cool stuff. One of the cool things that's going on as well is very late in the game. I've been talking for a couple months to people at Wizards of the Coast and Paramount, and we got not one, but three screenings of the Dungeons and Dragons movie Honor Among Thieves authorized. So we have a shuttle running back and forth on the Thursday at 7 p.m., Friday at 7 p.m., and Saturday at 4 p.m. I think is when I coordinated all those. So you can go into tabletop.events just like you sign up for other events. You can go ahead and reserve a seat in the theater that way. And just so you know, half an hour before the show starts, you need to be, if you want to ride in the shuttle, you need to be there so that you can jump in the shuttle and go. There's a nominal charge to ride the shuttle. I think it's $8. That's if we use that and everybody uses it, then I'll recover the money for the shuttle ride. Otherwise, we're subsidizing it, so it's offsetting some of the cost. But that's the only charge, is just the transportation. If you got your own car, or you can bum a ride off of a friend, there's no charge. Just go there, sign up, get your ticket in TTE, go and enjoy the film. I think it's 2 hours and a little bit long. So, I forgot to plug in my computer, so maybe I can get some help. Miriam, can you get my charger and help me out, please? Otherwise, I'll suddenly disappear. Whoop, and it'll be gone.
Shortest Luke lounge ever.
That's right. Oh, gone. I moved my computer over and totally forgot to plug it in, and as I noticed, my screen went dim and that sort of thing. So probably got to do that.
Oh, you got
So-
really close.
Yeah, no, it's really close. That's why I'm like, hey, can you plug it in there? So we'll get that going here, and we'll get power again.
So
We've got a
according to the Facebook post you made, it looks like the shuttle is $750. Just to be clear.
Yeah, if you sign up in advance, it's $750, and if you pay at the site, I think it's $8, just so we wouldn't have to make change. I think that's where we come up with, because I calculated if it takes 40 people at $7.50, it pays for itself, and we're good. So that's it. Yeah, but that's right. So
I don't know if
$7.50.
anybody else saw it, but some of us who went the 2:00 show today, it's good. I mean,
it is.
it hits a lot of spot. It is very firmly rooted in the Forgotten Realms, and just go with the ride, and you'll find yourself pointing to the screen a lot, going, "I know that, I know that, I know the stats on that." It's a lot of fun. They did a good job. I got to give it.
That's awesome, and I've heard good things about it, and it's nice to hear it from someone directly whom I know, and that's a good endorsement. I saw it at the sneak preview at San Diego Comic-Con, and those elements were true. It looks like they were balancing gameplay with entertainment. You know what I mean? And even the entertaining parts of the gameplay, D&D. Most of the times I play it, it's not super duper serious, right? You're not always super focused and serious. Sometimes you're cracking jokes and laughing with your friends and doing something silly. Well, they captured that, I think, in the movie a little bit, and that helped make it really seem authentic to me. So it's good to hear that it's awesome. And thank you for that. Let's see. Did I talk about the autograph booth? I think that was before we went on Twitch. So we will have an autograph booth at GaryCon in our exhibit hall. So that is down in the forums. So look for signs for the forums. If you don't know, you can ask. It's pretty easy to get to if you're there. Just go to where the pool is. If you know where the pool is, walk outside. Walk straight across on the sidewalk. It's right there. It's like 150 yards, not that far. If you walk indoors, because it's a crazy Frank Lloyd Wright building, it seems like you go through a maze for a quarter mile or something like that to get to the forums. But it's really not that far. Straight line distance is it's a pretty short walk.
Oh, no,
and
but
there's,
Part of the authentic dungeon adventure. It's all part
It
of
is.
the dungeon.
It's like walking down into a dungeon, but coming back, you want to go the outside route if you can do it. It's just
Yeah.
a lot shorter.
it's so much faster. I just like even if it's a little,
I'm gonna
even if
get
it's a little
lost.
brisk.
I already know that I'm gonna get lost, so it's gonna be fun.
This is why the buddy system is important, guys.
Yeah, oh yes. Never split the party.
Where is
That's right.
Going to volunteer.
Take a
Where's-
picture of the maps.
Follow
We
the
do have-
signs
Good tip.
and just
we do
go
have-
one level level than you expect to go, and just keep on going. But keep
One
your
level-
keep your Fitbit and Garmin on, because you will get your steps in.
Okay.
It's true.
And as a vendor, we always do.
But that's the fun about traveling, is about getting lost, right? And then the friends that you meet along the way while trying to get in there and back.
Mhm.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better
There
myself.
and
So
back again.
there, yes.
Every good adventure has at least one U-turn.
Yeah, and it's amazing because people sometimes get so disappointed at GaryCon if they don't get. I didn't get this event that I wanted. I'm so sad. And there's people who've come here every single year, and one of them is Jim Sketch, and he talks about a year where he bought like an upper tier badge, but he forgot to register. He totally forgot about it. Just slipped his mind. And so he came to GaryCon with no events picked out, none whatsoever. And he just walked up to tables and played. Because we put up the red flag means we're full, green flag means come and sit down, wait for him at the table. So he just walked up to tables and played, and he said that was one of his best ever GaryCons because he discovered all new stuff. That's how he found out about Dungeon Crawl Classics. He play tested Dungeon Crawl Classics with Goodman Games because he happened to walk up. So that can be your experience at GaryCon too. You could plan your schedule, but I would leave some things unplanned and just be able to walk in and find new stuff, because isn't that part of a convention is learning new stuff. I don't have time to sit and read every new game that comes out, right? But I might want to experience it. And if somebody's there and I can play it, boy, I'm going to learn it a lot faster than trying to read a rule set, right? So I think that's a cool thing. But we're having sorry, I totally got sidetracked. the exhibit hall is in the forums. Find your way there. You may have to teleport. You may have to hire a guide or a Sherpa. Get there. It's worth it, I swear to you. That's where we'll be doing the drawings for the Deck of Gary things. We'll be doing the search for the seal of Gax down in that area as well. And our autograph booth will be down there, booth 171, next to Larry Elmore's booth. And this will be the last time Larry Elmore is manning a booth or having a booth at any convention. And he's working it with his lovely wife, Betty. He said they worked their first booth many, many, many years ago together, and he wants to work his last one with his wife, although they haven't probably worked together in 20 years or so. But that was important to him, so he's doing that. So right next to Larry, you can say hi to Larry while you're there. Come down and get stuff signed. We have a schedule up on GaryCon.com. Just select attending and the drop down what's happening at GaryCon. You'll see all the stuff that's going on at GaryCon. If you scroll down, there'll be a little table in there that has who's there at what hour. We've got, well, the most important guy, me, obviously. I'll be there, so I'm sure that's what everyone is focused on. But there's also some people like Jeff Talanian, and there'll be Todd Stashwick will be down there. Some guy named Manganello or something. I'm not sure who that guy is. Joe Manganello. And lots of other folks will be signing. Margaret Weiss, I think she's written a couple books or something. She'll be down there. So lots and lots of people will be there. Get those things signed up. My friend James Hunter will be down there, an author. So just a ton of good stuff. Also, while you're down in the forums, you can go ahead and pick up one of our GaryCon scavenger hunt cards, right? And if you get 10 stamps at the places, you can find the booze and get 10 stamps, you can get 10% off a purchase at our participating vendors in the vendor hall. So lots of fun stuff to do down at the vendor hall, lots of good stuff. And I think my modules will be for sale down there, so what more could you ask for, right? So go to the vendor booth and visit our autograph table. And probably the last thing I want to say before get up to is I'm pretty excited. Matt, when are we kickstarting the Feta Shintufi?
April 4th.
April 4th. So April 4th, we'll be kickstarting the third part in our trilogy. Started off with the Aya Shintufi, which you're seeing played today on the Twitch, and our follow-up to that was the Heart of Shintufi, and then Fate of Shintufi wraps up the trilogy, and we'll kick that off on April 4th. If you want to go ahead and sign up in advance for it, you can just go to our link. I posted up that on the link up on social media. But if you can remember, Kickstarter.gaxworks.com. It's right there. And I see we have the birthday girl herself has joined us. Hello, Anna. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm here with Josh, and we're setting up for GaryCon, so it's a lot of fun. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about that, but we'll try to do better next time. Get you a better guide than Josh.
Josh has me working in his basement.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Josh has put her right to work. So you have been helping out a ton. I really appreciate it. Happy birthday to you, and Josh. Obviously, just razzing you. Josh has been huge help this year. And last year, getting stuff going. So if you've been to if you were at GaryCon last year, you may have seen a guy with his hair on fire at the headquarters working. That was Josh. This year, hopefully his hair's grown back, so he's all right. He wasn't seriously injured.
Oh, it was fun. It was an adventure, right? It was an adventure.
It was, as we just talked about earlier. Sometimes it's the wrong turns that you take. That can be good, as long as you don't get, well, anyway, we don't want to go there. But yeah, I mean, those are some of the highlights that are going on GaryCon. But gosh, there's just a ton of cool stuff. Like I mentioned, there's the happy hours and the chatting at the bar, which is meeting all sorts of new people, whether it's whether it's just a fellow gamer or you happen to be chatting with someone you find out, oh my gosh, that's Jeff Grubb, or whatever. Some of my favorite stories that people have told me about my dad are they were at a Gen Con, and it's long days in the vendor area, and like I was working there, and I'd go out and smoke a cigarette, take a smoke break, and I was chatting with some guy, some long-haired hippie-looking guy out there, and we were talking about things or whatever. And then on Saturday or whatever, somebody said, "Oh my God, Gary Gygax is going to be signing over at the Troll Lords booth or something." And so he's like, "Oh really?" And he grabbed his books and he went over there. And he's like, "Hey, it's that long-haired hippie dude that I was smoking cigarettes with for the last 3 days. That was Gary." And they'd go and get his book signed. So that happens at GaryCon, where you may not know it's somebody that whose work you admire. Because you can just kind of come and rub elbows with folks, and I think that is the case. And again, I would say ask your friends, ask other people here what it's about. But that's the environment we try to have, is that it's very friendly, welcoming, and like a family reunion, right?
Right.
With your gamer family.
Very laid back.
Yeah.
And I also like to reintroduce the idea of the hoodie project to all of you guys out in the Twitch chat. I've started a tradition every convention that I've gone to, starting with TwitchCon Amsterdam, which was my very first convention that I went to. It was a blast over in the Netherlands. I always love to get signatures from everyone everywhere, no matter who you are, what you belong to. If you see a random young person carrying around a hoodie with a backpack full of pins, walking around GaryCon looking like they're lost, like a lost puppy, you've probably found me. And if you talk to me throughout the convention, I'll be there all 4 days. I will have a hoodie. I will have Posca pins. You can go up to me, talk to me for like 5 minutes, tell me, hey, thanks for coming. Hey, I really like that random pin on this random spot on your backpack. You'll have the opportunity to sign the GaryCon 15 hoodie, which I will be buying immediately, because of course I would. And I'll be walking around the convention with that. And I encourage other people to do that, because it's a fun memorabilia that everyone can do and everyone can have, because it is those small moments where you're like, oh, I didn't realize I talked to, Luke Gygax, or, all these amazing content creators, all these amazing artists, all these amazing book artists, these authors, these amazing people that, you don't exactly get to see every day, or, you don't get to make connections to every day. And I think it's a really fun project. I really love doing it at TwitchCon. The record to beat right now is 51 signatures. I had a double check and count. But I think with this convention, with going all 4 days, I think I'll be able to beat that. But here's to open. Cheers to that idea.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be that hard. I think we had a beach ball with. Do we even know where the beach ball is at this point? No.
I think it's in one of the hard cases. Actually, I did see it last year. Yeah.
Yep. So we gotta find that. There was a beach ball from GaryCon 9 maybe or 8 that we had basically all the guests sign, and it's probably like 60 people or something like that. And then I think other people started signing it. So it's basically everybody who was there at that convention when we auctioned it off, and it's made it back. Kind of like the sandal of Gygax. The beach ball keeps bouncing back. Yes. So
you want to see sandal or no? Okay. Don't you got to be somewhere soon?
I do have to get some dinner pretty soon. I was just going to say this may be my segue out. So I will hand the baton over to our fearless Twitch producer, Matt Everhart, with the caterpillar on his upper lip. To take it from here, I have hungry kids to feed, or I'm going to get in serious trouble if I don't get out of here. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you at GaryCon, virtual or live. Take care. Have a happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
See you
Okay, tomorrow morning with donuts.
Awesome. See you tomorrow.
I'll be there at 8.
All right, we'll end the stream here, but
wanna
you're
show
welcome to hang out. Welcome to continue to hang out in Discord. If you are watching us on Twitch, come join us on Discord right now. We're at discord.garycon.com. Thanks everybody for joining us. We are going to go raid here in just a second, so stick around for that, and otherwise we'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Jay can't. Jay blew up his stream.